Join us on this tea time chat where we share our authentic perspectives on all things spiritual.
It's real, it's raw, it's unfiltered.
A quick note before we begin. The views shared in this podcast are our personal perspectives and are intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. This podcast is not medical, psychological, legal, or financial advice. Please use your own discernment and consult a qualified professional where appropriate.
Hey everyone, welcome. Today's going to be a fun one. Our podcast episode is called Hey Spirit, Are You There?
Are you there?
Hello. Knock, knock. Knocking on the doors of heaven. So yeah, we're going to talk all things spirit today. Woo! How to connect, how to different methods and such. So
Yes.
let's get into it. All right, ready?
Yes.
Questions. We're going to start off with questions. Have you ever felt guided but brushed it off? Have you ever had a gut feeling you ignored?
Oh, yeah.
And then later realized that you were right?
Yes.
And have you ever asked for a sign and then one showed up?
Yep.
So many
Those are-
of these.
Yep. Great questions. Yeah.
So I would say that I've had all of those.
Oh yeah, me too. Many,
Like-
many times.
Brushing it off. I call those like the spirit fall on your face. Like, because it's like so many times. And I think we've shared stories in our past
Yes.
episodes. Like so many times we've brushed it off and then it's like, oh,
It's like, damn.
damn it. Like I should have listened to that
right.
voice.
Like my gut was telling me and I went against it. Yeah.
Yes. Should have listened to that voice for sure.
Yeah.
And then signs.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I love
Synchronicities, signs.
love signs.
It's all beautifully, divinely orchestrated
Oh.
all the time. I love it.
I love.
Especially between you and I.
Oh my gosh.
Like we are, I don't know. Some days it's like, I think we are telepathically also connecting somehow, but like
Yeah.
spirit, your spirit and my spirit.
their team, like they're like,
It's like,
oh, this will make them laugh. So then it's like you send me a message, I
Yeah.
send you, and then we
it's
reply, we're like, shut up.
oh my
okay?"
God, are you serious? Like, I just saw this when
Yeah.
I was doing this.
Yeah.
Or I heard this.
Like just recently, just 2 days ago, I was driving back home and I was listening to your message, and you're like, oh, I just drove by 222 Street. And then you're like, oh, that's funny. The gas station's 222. And right as you said that, a car pulled in front of me and the license plate was 222.
See, these are beautiful signs.
I mean, right?
Spirit confirmation, synchronicities.
Messages.
I love it. Messages.
Yeah, like so beautiful. It's like,
Yeah.
excuse me. Okay, yeah, sorry. We had to take a break there because my throat was really going kind of crazy. And I went within. This is actually a perfect lesson here.
Yes.
I went within, I asked Spirit what was going on, and they said that I was too high, I needed to ground myself, because when I like get messages and talk about Spirit, I get so excited. And then I kind of go like, whoa, right? And then I'm not able to hear them and hear their messages. So they did this to get me to breathe, take a breath,
and just
and recenter.
ground that energy in. Yeah.
So that I can hear them better.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
beautiful.
You know what? I think, do you mind if I just I'm gonna just do a little bit of bowl sound. Just it also helps to ground both of our energy.
I love
because I
that.
know like the
Yeah.
energy today, even while we're recording,
Yeah.
is really, really intense. And I feel like I need a little bit of that grounding
Yeah.
too. So
perfect time. Can I
yeah.
put this by? I'm gonna put my mic by.
Sure. I'm gonna hit it 3 times, okay?
feels good.
Oh,
Okay.
that feels good.
I feel grounded as well. Yeah. Sometimes like it's normal when you get like into that vibration of excitement and joy. Like it's great, but sometimes like if you're too high, it can pull you out of, like not out of alignment, but like maybe hard to get the clarity to come through maybe.
Yeah, what is it? Like, because, yeah,
Right?
I don't, yeah, because you have to increase your frequency to connect,
Yeah,
but
but
yeah, you
maybe
have to be in your body.
yes. So
And I was
I
like
think
completely,
you went like really high, really fast that
yeah,
sometimes you can almost leave your body a little bit,
yeah, I
right? I
guess
mean,
so.
I have experienced that a couple of times.
Mm,
I don't know, maybe I've practiced a lot of grounding, so maybe I don't do it much anymore, but I
mm.
used to. But again, it also depends on like your connection too, right?
Yeah,
Like
I know. I sometimes when I get really excited about something, I do,
yes.
and I know I notice it because when I get like that, animals react in like defensiveness,
Oh,
and when I'm calm, they're
yeah.
like like they react in like a peace. So like there's got to be something that they might
Hmm.
confuse with like the aggressiveness, like because it's
Mm,
so high that it
yeah.
almost vibrates at like an aggressive way. I'm not quite sure. It just it, we'll have to meditate on that. That's
Yeah.
very interesting.
That'd be
I never
something to
thought
like
of that.
tap into because
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, very interesting. But are you feeling a little bit more
Yes,
grounded now? Good.
I am.
But like super excited to talk about this topic and like
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So where were we, Cynthia? We were talking about
So,
oh
what if spirit
yes.
isn't distant? What if the connection is already there and you just need to learn how to tune in?
Mm-hmm.
And that is basically it. And um it kind of stems from like the understanding that we are a soul in a body.
Mm-hmm.
We're not a body with the soul, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And this is a constant reminder that we talk about in a
Mm-hmm.
lot of our episodes because we have to really grasp that concept. We have to embody and
Yeah,
grasp it.
that like you're not alone.
Yes.
You always have a team of people with you
Yeah.
in the spirit realm, and you really are just a frequency shift away from full communication with them.
Yeah. Absolutely. But like, I think sometimes when people like, when they think about spirit, they always think, oh, it's like a ghost
Oh,
or,
that was me before.
and I've seen ghosts, right? Like I've
Mm-hmm.
experienced that, but
I
like
think you've shared messages,
yes.
stories on previous
Yeah, I grew
episodes.
up in a home where there was a spirit, the spirit in the house, the fellow who passed away. But I think in general, like if people are not like the first thing people think of is ghosts and like oh apparitions, you see things, but that's not necessarily how spirit really works. Maybe for some people,
Well, here's the fear programming again, right? That we always talk
exactly
about, like,
what
it,
the movies push out,
yeah,
right?
it's the fear programming, and then also there's different levels, right? Like that could be a spirit that just has chosen to stay in the earthly realm
Yeah,
or has not
they
um
haven't really crossed over
right fully.
fully, and they
So their essence, their
yes.
a piece of themselves is
Hmm.
still stuck.
Yeah.
And so those who, especially children who don't
Hmm.
have like the filters, um
Can
like
see them.
they can see them,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, it can be scary, but I feel also like if we are not fear programmed, we can really tap into our intuition
Mhm.
and really know if it's sort of a negative thought formation or a negative energy, or if
Yeah.
it really is like just, a spirit
Yeah.
that just doesn't want to leave the earthly realm yet.
Exactly.
Or a ghost, I should say.
Or
And
a
then,
ghost, or yeah,
yeah.
like um, because
So, what is spirit? I guess is the
well,
question,
yeah. So
right?
we're gonna let's describe like what spirit can mean or
Yeah.
what it is because like there isn't like aside from the ghost and apparitions, what some people think about, there's other meanings to the word spirit.
Mhm.
So higher self.
Ah, yes.
So higher self is an higher aspect of us. We are again in this body, but an aspect of us is also higher up in a higher dimension, connected up. So like we are multidimensional. So our
Mhm.
higher self is the higher aspect of us. Divine intelligence or source, God, universal consciousness, angels, spirit guides, archangels, ascended masters, galactics, which we've talked about in
Mhm.
past episodes, ancestral wisdom and
Mm.
intuition. These all embody spirit.
Yeah.
So when people talk about spirit, it could be tapping into any of these things, or the other version as well. If you have
Mhm.
the sight to see, you know, spirit in actual form, physical
Yeah.
form. Not very many people can.
I also don't. I don't know. Can s- not the ghosts or the spirits that are stuck, but the ones that have transitioned, can they can they
Materialize? I
materialize?
think they can, but it also depends on how, like, they can materialize to a certain extent, but it depends
Yeah.
on your frequency too. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Because it's very
It
difficult
is very
to
difficult.
actually. We were just talking about this, how like I have a story of when I was going through my lake challenge, and this man appeared, like he was sitting at this table. Maybe I should tell the story just
Tell the
quick.
story,
So
yeah.
I had like a big scar on my leg and I was on crutches. And when I had the energy to go out, I would go out, and I was young, right? I'm like 33 at this time. And every single person who saw me would say, "Oh, skiing accident? Like, oh, I'm so sorry. You had a skiing accident?" Every single freaking person was
Interesting,
like,
hey?
skiing accident. Like it was not anything else. Skiing accident. That's what I kept hearing. So anyway, I'm meeting a friend, so I'm waiting. I ordered my drink and I'm waiting for it. And this, I guess, this man who's sitting at a table behind me, this older gentleman, I hear him go, "Oh, you've been through a lot." And I'm like, "What?" So I turn
Mm.
around and he's like, "You've been through a lot for someone your age, but don't worry. You're going to get through this and you're going to be okay."
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks." I was like, "What? This is so weird. Not no skiing accident, you know?" So I turn around and I'm like, within like 5 seconds, I'm like, "Oh my God," because I was just learning about angels or spirit guides that come into human form at a specific moment, just very quickly,
To
because
give
that
you a
to get a
message.
message, because they can't sustain it quick long, and then they go out, like they
Yeah.
disappear. Oh my God, we were just like hearing that song earlier about the same thing. Ah,
Oh.
coincidence. Ah! So funny. So okay, we're talking like 5 seconds, if that. I have this realization and I turn around and he's like gone. So go, like the door is right there, so I'm like, oh, he must have just left. So I go outside, and like this is like maybe 15 seconds because I don't have to walk far with my crutches, right? The the door opens to this open wide space parking lot that is huge. And I could see within 15 seconds, you can see if somebody has
Mhm.
m- gone out, right? And there was not many people. There was maybe two or three other people. So I could tell, like I knew what he looked like, and he had disappeared.
Mm.
Like he was gone. And
Yeah.
I'm like, how can there's no possible way that this
Yeah.
guy could just vanish. And the fact that he said what he said, and after this,
Mhm.
like 6 months after this, I went into to a deep depression, and I kept hearing his words.
Oh, so he might have been one of your
He,
spirit guides.
I think so. He came
Yes.
to tell me something that would get me through
Yeah.
the most challenging part of my life, because I was hearing it like
Yeah.
during, like in the future. Oh
That
my
is
God,
so
how
beautiful.
beautiful, right?
But I mean, this is how spirit works, though. You receive what you need at the right time, and it's
Yes,
done in so many different ways. And your situation, it was through like this spirit guide, but they do come through other people
for sure.
or other means, like through songs and
Yeah.
signs and animals. I mean, spirit is
Mm,
always communicating to us in a way
always.
that we're capable of receiving it,
Yes.
right? Because
Yes.
not everybody is maybe open or capable of receiving maybe a message like how you received it, right?
Right.
They're always wanting to help us,
Oh, yeah. It's so
right?
beautiful.
It
Like
is. Like,
to
what a
just
nice experience
to
that
just
was.
kind of understand that it's so expansive, and for I think for him to materialize, and like the fact that he was like this cute little old guy with
Hmm.
like a cane, I'm like,
That's amazing.
how freaking adorable. And for him to materialize, I think it takes a lot. Like I think you have to be a really like old soul to have
Yeah.
the ability to do that, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. Like, I know I'm pretty 100% sure that I've met an angel as well in
Mm,
physical. At least I think he was physical. Maybe he wasn't because I was the only one there. And I'm like, it's, and you know, when you just know that something was different about the
yes.
person, you're just like, well, that was
Right?
random.
Like at first you're like, that was weird. And then
Yeah.
you're like seconds later you're like, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh."
And I've had that experience. So, like, maybe the same thing happened to me, but it was just like, I had a conversation with this person, but there was something really different about them,
Mhm.
their energy. And
Mm,
after, I'm like, I wonder if that was an angel. And in this case, this man that I bumped into one day,
yeah.
he looked like Jesus.
Oh.
I swear, he looked like Jesus, but not in a robe Jesus.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
kind of wearing, I don't want to say like he was like homeless or anything like that, but he kind of had that feel.
Yeah.
But beautiful energy. He
Mm.
was walking
Yeah,
towards me.
that's the thing. You could feel
Yeah, it was the
like
feeling,
this
not even.
comfort from them.
Yes. And he
Yeah.
stopped because I was walking Chico. He just, there was nobody around. I was walking up the street and this man that looked like I even said, wow, like the hair and everything. And then he stopped and he was talking to me and it was like this exchange. It's like, and I'm just like, wow. Like, it's like I almost knew this person. It
Yeah.
was like a beautiful conversation.
Oh.
And then we just kept walking. And then I just turned around after a while and I didn't see him because it was like he probably maybe he went around the corner. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I'm like, did that really happen? Like, was he real? Like, you just have to question these things. And I
Yeah.
wonder how more, maybe it happens more often than we think and we're
I
not
think
aware,
so. Yeah, because you're
right?
so like sometimes you have to human so much that
Yeah.
you just don't you're not in the moment to become aware of it. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
But yeah, spirit, like, I don't know. I love spirit. And spirit's all around us,
Mm.
everywhere, every moment, and comes through in the way that it needs to come through for us when we need
Mm.
it at that whatever time, right?
Yes.
And I think the
Yeah.
more that you're open to receiving, the more you will be shown more signs and synchronicities, or maybe, we'll tap into the clairs
Yes,
in
we're
a
going to
little
talk about the
bit.
clairs. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know, it's just really, it's neat. Um,
Mhm.
yeah. What else here? Spirit. So we talked about what spirit can mean. And so, connection to spirit does not mean losing your discernment. Now, this is a really important one because, well, let's be honest, there's also a lot of imposters,
Yeah.
imposter energy, imposter
Uh,
spiritual guides and
yeah.
teachers and healers, which we've talked about in
Yeah.
other episodes. Um, and there's many different frequencies in our realm, and using discernment and trying to understand, like, what are you really connecting to, and does this feel like light and love and higher vibration, or is this like a mimic, or is it like an entity that's like a trickster
Oh my
energy?
gosh. Okay. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you said that because
Hmm.
this is so important. And of course, our episodes build on each other. So
Yes.
please go and listen to the earlier ones because we really do try and encourage you to work on yourself to find that inner
Yeah.
truth within because is super important going into the next few years.
Yep.
That you need to really have this inner trust and inner discernment,
Oh, yes.
because there's going to be lots of trickery kind of happening. And it's fascinating because as you were talking, spirit showed me, reminded me of in my meditation, I want to say maybe 6 months ago, what happened, and it relates to what you're talking about, this trickster. So how
Yeah.
beautiful, like, again,
Mm.
synchronicity. I hear it,
Synchronicity.
you
Yep.
say it, I'm like, oh my god, like that's really. So what happened is I was in meditation. So I had this crazy ass dream. Also, watch your dreams,
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
in my dream, um this energy came, and I was like, I thought it was light, and then it turned into like the devil kind of face, right? And then I was like, shocked, and then I became scared, and the fear made me smaller and smaller and smaller, and then I got angry, and that made me smaller and smaller and smaller. So I was like, I woke up and I'm like, what does that mean? So I go into meditation, and they tell me that when you when you're fearful and angry, you lose your power, you become smaller, and the trickster of like was, one face was this like loving energy, and then it switched.
Yep.
So there's the trickster energy happening, and you, if you react with anger and fear, it takes control of you.
Yeah.
So it was a lesson in reacting with like, I do not consent, get out of my space now.
Yeah.
And then I started smelling wine, and my dad was a big maker of wine, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, Papa, you're here. But then I heard Spirit say, feel it in your heart, feel it in your soul. What does it feel like? And I was like, I don't feel my Papa. And I'm like, what's going on? How come I can smell him, but I don't feel him? But it's just a smell of wine, not
Yeah.
him. And they said, this is the trickster energy.
Yep.
They're going to trick you by making you smell something, or think something, or
That
and
triggers a
triggers a
memory.
memory.
Yeah.
But when you go in within,
Yeah.
that's where the truth lies. That's where you know if it is truly him or not. And
Yeah.
you know when there's that soul that you just your soul knows.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my god, that's so fascinating.
It's very fascinating.
And sure enough, I got tested after.
Yeah. And you know
Trickster.
what? I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I know you've been working on yourself and building the trust, and
Yeah.
like I know like you're good with what you allow. But there, if I can just share this, there are
Yes.
people out there who do
Black magic.
bring in energy messages from spirit, and maybe they're not really connected
Oh,
to,
I see what you're saying.
like if they haven't done the proper work or protection or grounded,
They're not connected to the right
or
source.
they're not connected to the right source,
Yeah.
it's very possible that they may be channeling or connecting to spirit, but are they really the real spirits of light and
Yeah.
love, or are they these trickster or mimic spirits which can look like
Yes.
real, like a real angel or a real Jesus or a real whatever that's coming through, but may
But
not be the real one.
yes.
And how do you discern? Well, going in,
Yes.
but also asking. You need to actually ask spirit, like,
Who are
who
you?
are you?
What are your
And
intentions?
what are your intentions? And are you of divine source, love and light?
Yes.
And they have to answer you.
Yes, truthfully.
Truthfully.
Universal law, they have to
Yes.
answer you truthfully.
And I think sometimes, like, many people want to learn how to connect to spirit, but if it's not done properly in the right container, or maybe led by somebody who is really, 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 connected, like properly connected, a lot of people can be misled by spirit and think that they're connecting to an angel or archangel, and maybe that's not really them. And it's not to incite any fear. This is about discernment.
So, and
right?
education.
And
so
education.
First of all,
Yeah.
finding the right teacher, right?
Exactly.
Like the right teacher that is not that teaches you, that is not of like the fluff that we talked about.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And secondly, protection.
Protection is huge.
Protection.
Yeah.
And I mean, as you work on yourself and you elevate your frequency, you have to rise your protection. Like I thought I was good. And then like I rise and then oh my gosh, I gotta freaking do more protection.
Yeah.
Because they see your light and these like dark energies or whatever, and they want to try and like stop you or like it's true. It's there
Well, it's
and
the
there's nothing to
reality.
fear
No,
because
no, no.
you have power. You are powerful and you are a sovereign
Yeah,
being like we talked about.
exactly.
So you have the power to ask the questions. Just because they don't got a body doesn't mean you can't ask them the
Yeah.
questions. They are a spirit, a soul, an energy, and they have to answer the
Well, and
questions
they
honestly.
need your consent.
And you need your
They need
consent.
your consent.
Hence why we talk about I do not consent. Your
Exactly.
words are powerful and they have to listen.
Yeah.
So like I know when I first started, I was sleeping and it was like a dream that I was choking on a pear or something, but I woke up and I felt like somebody had their hands and they were
Wow.
choking me. And I remember this beautiful shaman I was working with, and she kept saying, in love and light, in love and light. So I said, like, I'm like, I can't breathe. And I started freaking out. And then I was like, in love and light, get out. If you're not love and light, get out. And literally
Yeah.
it stopped.
They have to. They
Yes.
have to. Yeah.
So like not that that would happen to everybody. I'm not but
No.
just to
No,
say
no,
you
no.
need to find the right teacher to teach you how to protect yourself
Mhm.
and then also how to discern
Yeah.
because also like your intuition knows like you
Mhm.
know when it is a good love and light soul and when it is not. You just it's
Yeah.
a gift, it's an intuitive, it's the gift of the soul. The
It is.
intuition is the gift of the soul.
But you have to connect to that though.
Yeah,
Like
but I think you need a teacher to
you
help
do,
you.
you
I
do.
really do feel like I
Yeah.
don't know if this is an area that you could just
Like when I went through
do it
mediumship,
yourself.
I was in a really well protected container. Like I
Yeah.
was a little bit nervous at first because
Hmm.
there is a little bit of fear working with
Of
spirit,
course.
but as I learned to be discerning, trust
Hmm.
my intuition, learn to discern, like feel the different spirits and
Hmm.
energies in the space.
It's all
And
about feel,
it's
hey?
all about feel. I was seeing, I was feeling, and then once you start to feel that,
Mm.
you start to know right away, oh, this feels like this feels familiar, this
Mm.
feels safe, this feels calm, it's loving,
Yeah.
versus something that's like, I don't really, I'm not feeling this one,
You
or
know what it feels like? It's like void.
void, or and
Like
also
it feels like it's just like empty.
empty, but also if it incites um
Fear.
fear, or I also would see, like,
Hmm.
I would see dark, like
Ah.
I would see light for divine,
Yeah.
beautiful, high vibrational beings. But then if there was a spirit around that wasn't of that level, I would see it was more like muted or dull or like darker,
Mm.
and I would be like, no, no, I
Get
don't
out.
consent, leave.
Yeah.
And once I learned how to do that, I started to like trust myself more, and of course,
Mm.
my mentor, my teacher, and the people that I was working with, we really had a beautiful container that allowed for all of us to just
Mm.
really learn and decipher and discern. And like it's a practice.
Yeah.
It takes time, and this is why sometimes I get really nervous when I see people online that are quick to, like, I don't know. It's like I see so many people like connecting with spirit and this and that. It's like, but you can't trust everybody because you don't know
Mhm.
what kind of work they've done.
Yeah.
Do
Oh.
you know what I mean? I'm
And
speaking
also
from
like
like, concern for people. It's like, make sure who you connect to
yes.
is properly connected, if that makes
It's
sense.
true because like you said, unconsciously they could be connecting to the wrong source, right?
Yeah.
But then there's also the ones that practice dark magic, dark
That there
light,
is a thing of
and
that.
they
Yeah.
can perceive themselves as light. And
Mm.
so you really want to be like aware of who you let into your space. And this again is about healing your inner self
Yep.
so that you can find that true self and then you just have like the awareness, the knowing explodes, right?
Yeah.
It really comes
Absolutely.
back to that.
It always comes back to that. It always comes
Yeah.
back to you, your inner self.
Yeah.
And, like if you're connecting to spirit from a frequency of fear or ego, then you're going to attract those energies that vibrate at fear or ego.
It's true.
If you connect from a place of love and compassion and light and truth, and that those are the frequencies that you're going to attract into your space. Again, it's all back to frequency.
Yeah.
It's
But how do
always
you
about
do
frequency.
that is you heal yourself.
Yes.
Like you heal these traumas and you so that you can get to these levels of
Yeah.
frequency, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I felt like that was really important to
Yes.
share
Yes.
because I know there's a lot of people that are awakening to all of their spiritual gifts, which is
Oh my
amazing.
gosh, I love it.
But when
I
you're
love it.
first, I do too. When you're first going in this, it's really, you have to be very cautious about what you allow into your energetic space. And again, it comes back to you knowing you, trusting you,
Yeah.
working within yourself, and making sure that you're connecting with the right frequencies.
And I mean, oh, I love my beautiful teacher who taught me because when I started, I have this like it's part of like it's just that gift that's super strong in me that I didn't know. I just heard spirit was like, you got to do mediumship course. And I was like, I'm not talking to no ghosts. It's like Ghostbusters, right? I don't want no ghosts. And they were like, of course they like we said, they turn up the
volume.
feelings, the
Yeah.
gut feelings. And so
Yeah.
I did. I found this beautiful teacher at she worked from a metaphysical store. So she was like, she did courses through there. And she really taught me also protection, but also boundaries.
Yeah.
So I went like, I didn't even have to learn how to connect. It was just like, as soon as she, I guess, taught us how to like get to that frequency, I was like, boom, I was there.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden I was getting bombarded and I would connect to souls and I would start to feel like one guy was stabbed. I felt like I was getting stabbed.
Oh, okay.
So like
Yeah.
I was like way too open.
You were too open.
And she
Yeah.
saw that because she can see what's happening as we're
Yeah.
communicating. And so
Mhm.
she helped me understand that just because like I put them on this pedestal, right? Like this, they don't like they're spirit, they're beautiful, they're light. And she's like, yes, but they're also a soul individually, and you have the right to tell them, have your boundaries and say,
Yeah,
hey,
you
like
have to.
you got to step back a bit. You can't like I can't feel this too much, or it was coming at different hours, and it's like no 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 no, like uh,
Mhm.
communication hours are closed.
Yeah, like when you go to bed at night and you
We
want to
open
sleep.
again at 10
Yeah,
or something.
it's like we're shutting her down for tonight. All
Yeah,
right,
so
like
you
have to
have to
those
set
boundaries.
boundaries. Just because they're not in human form, they still have
Yeah.
different frequencies and energies to them,
Yeah,
and you have to set those boundaries for yourself.
absolutely.
So
Yeah,
I think it's so important to find the right
it is.
teacher to
It
teach
is.
you all these things. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's so beautiful because like where we're at right now collectively is there's more people that are waking up to their divine spiritual gifts. This is part
Mm.
of this spiritual awakening that's happening all over the world. It's like all of a sudden now it's not uncommon to hear about people talking
Mhm.
about they're connecting with spirit,
Yeah.
or more, there's more channelers, there's more people that are doing
Which is
energy
beautiful because we
healing.
need that to help the collective.
Yes,
Like the more that are awakening, we need more of these
we
teachers and
do.
such. Yeah.
We do. Because, like, and it doesn't make you more special than anyone else. It just means that you've finally tapped into those gifts that, like, everybody has these gifts and abilities.
Yeah.
It's part of who we are, that this is who we are.
Yeah.
But because of all of the programming and everything that's taken place and shut down these abilities, many have struggled or forgot that they had these abilities. Some people had them since they were young. Some people, like, I turned mine off for a period of time
Mhm.
because I didn't have any support when I was younger, so
Mhm.
I was afraid I had to turn that off for a period of time, right? But we're moving into that era now of connecting to our birthright,
Mm.
our spiritual gifts, and everybody's spiritual gifts.
It's part of our purpose.
It is part of our purpose, and it's part of like what's going to help all of us humanity shift forward into
Mm.
this new earth. And it's
I just feel
beautiful.
that in my heart.
Yeah, but like, and so because now that this is happening, let's we should talk about the different Claires, right? Because I think,
Yes.
and I'm sure many of you have already heard of these, but it's always nice to kind of go through
Yeah.
them and give some examples of what they are, and maybe you are experiencing one, and you can experience more than one, right? Some people can have multiple
I've
Claires.
always like I
Yeah.
feel like they're interchanging. So basically, for me, when I communicate with spirit, they have to work with what my knowledge is and my limitations, I guess,
Yeah.
in human form, um, and also theirs. So sometimes, if it's a language barrier, I'm gonna feel more or
Mm.
see more instead of hearing things, right? So I think they ping pong between whatever to get the communication
Exactly.
through.
Yeah.
But I feel also like we have an intuitive, strong one.
We do. We have that base, that essence
Is
that we come
like
in
there's
with.
kind of like our
Your
our
dominant
star,
one.
like our
Yeah.
golden star is like
Exactly.
our dominant one.
Your
Yeah.
dominant gift,
Yes.
and then there could be other ones that kind of work together to assist.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about these
Okay.
Claires.
So
Yeah.
first one, clairvoyance.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
clear seeing.
Clear seeing.
So I
Mhm.
think this also we should clarify more in your third eye. Like it's kind of like the movie screen that you see when you close your eyes.
Yeah.
Physically seeing is very rare.
It's very rare to physically see. Yeah, but clairvoyance is, yeah, your third eye, your inner eye. Yeah.
Yeah. So you close your eyes and you see like it's a black screen, right? And then you see like an apple pop on the screen, and so there's like this communication apple. And
Mhm.
um if that means something, usually it means something, right? So
Symbolic of
if I'm
some, yeah.
communicating, I'm like, I don't know, they're showing
Mhm.
me an apple,
Mhm.
and somebody would be like, oh my gosh, that means everything to me, right? Like,
Yeah.
so that's kind of how they communicate, one way of communicating.
Yeah, and like mental images, symbols, visual flashes,
Yeah.
strong imagination that feels different from fantasy. I've
Yes.
experienced all of these. Definitely, mental images are
Oh yes.
fascinating. It's like you get these
Out of nowhere,
just out of nowhere. It's like,
and they're like a
and you
split
see
second,
it. It's a split
but it
second.
feels like
It's like
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the information feels long,
It's
but
kind
it's
of like a scene from a movie.
yes,
It's like poof, and then it's gone.
and then it's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, so that's clairvoyance. So if you've ever experienced that, sometimes too, like when I fall asleep at night, I will get like a vision, like a mental image or a vision of a face or a place or something, and for me, that's usually connecting to, could be another parallel life or past life or whatever you want to call it, or it could be spirit, like, hey, but it could mean different things to different people. But that's how clairvoyance works.
Yeah.
So an example of clairvoyance is also thinking of someone and then suddenly seeing their face vividly, right? And that, that can happen quite a lot. Um,
And then the second one, clear audience.
Clear audience, clear hearing, and this is inner voice.
Inner voice. So similar to the seeing
Yes.
on your third eye, this is just hearing in your head.
In your head,
Yeah.
exactly. And that can come through as words,
Yeah.
phrases, songs, or hearing
Yes.
guidance in your own tone. And like this is what I mainly hear. I always hear guidance in my voice that I know it's it's my higher self communicating with me.
Yeah.
Or spirit. Again, we talked about like spirit.
Yeah,
right?
because if it doesn't feel, when I do mediumship, the souls always feel different. And then when I have these, my own guidance, it feels like my own
Yes.
essence. Like you can tell the difference.
It's your own voice, but it's got more wisdom.
Yes.
It's like it's different. It's
Yeah.
your voice, but it's
I
different.
always say that. I'm
Yeah.
like, if I'm sending somebody a message and I connect and I hear and I send it, and I'm like, that's spirit. And like I'll send it to my sister, and she's like, I kind of knew that because it didn't sound like you.
Exactly.
It's like it's more sophisticated.
It's more refined. It's
Yeah.
more like it's
It's
more
like
wisdom.
ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like hearing words, phrases, or songs. Like sometimes like they'll just be like a random song will just pop into my head out
Yeah.
of the blue. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
It's like spirit saying, "Hey, like go." And for
Look
me,
up the
it's like
lyrics.
look up the lyrics.
Yeah.
And I tell you, when you read the lyrics, you're like, okay, yeah, thank you for
Message
that. Message
received.
received. Or words as well. So yeah, like it's really fascinating when you pay attention. And so an example here that is just written down is a clear internal sentence that feels wiser than your usual thinking.
Yeah.
And that's one of my
100%.
main things that I
Yeah.
always hear is this
Yeah.
this
Me too.
wise voice in my
Yes.
mind. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
All right, clairsentience, clear feeling. So this is
Yeah.
my dominant one. So yeah.
Yeah, clairsentience, clear feeling. So like feeling other people's emotions, physical sensations in your body, emotional downloads. And I connect with this one too because like as a young child I was very empathic and it was like almost scary at times because I could feel other people's like feelings.
Everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just like walking into a room.
Yeah. Somebody's like, you're like, how are you? They're like, I'm fine. You're like, no, you're not.
Yeah, exactly. Or even just picking up, like, I don't know, I've walked into rooms before and I'm like, ooh, the energy in this room is not good. I don't know, like, that's sometimes I can pick up, or on people as well.
Yeah.
Like, you just know they're lying. It's like, yeah, I call BS.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Yeah.
We just know it's
it's basically a feel like, well, there's the knowing too,
the
but
claircognizance.
yeah,
The clairsentience is you feel. You're
like
feeling.
when I do mediumship, I like this one for when they're taking me through their death, because I can feel like, but I obviously regulate it so that I don't feel it intensely anymore. But I can feel sort of like if they were um like nauseous, or if there was a heart attack, I would feel pain in my heart, or if there was something with the breathing, my breathing would start, laboring. And but then I can, like, I feel it, I give the message, and then when it's confirmed, I say, okay, take it away.
Yeah.
Because you have to be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to take
You
it on.
don't want to take it
No.
on. And this is another part of getting a good teacher, is to teach you. I wear my crystals. And I also, in the beginning, when I open up the space and I protect the space and I do all the things, I also say, like I do not want to take it on. And at the end, I dry brush, like Reiki, and I say, release what's not mine, and clear it out of my energy field, out of my body, like, because you have to really be careful when you just don't want to take it on, right? The body kind of might take it on. So
Well, there's residual, right?
residual.
That can
Thank you. That's the
stay
word.
within your energetic field, and you
So
want to
it's like
clear
a gift.
that out. Yeah,
It's a gift, but you also know how to work with it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really cool.
And then cognizance, which is what you were talking about, the clear knowing.
Yeah, this one too.
This one is also strong.
It is for me as well. It's just like
Yeah.
you just know something.
You just know it.
And you don't know how you know it. You don't need evidence to prove it. You just like, yeah,
Oh,
I know that.
sorry.
Oh, that's okay. We're real, raw, and unfiltered. So, welcome.
I love it.
That's okay.
Yes, because this is like when you were talking about the definition of intuition,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a neutral, no emotion, neutral knowing.
Yeah. There's no charge.
Yeah.
It's just you just know.
know. Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Or I often feel downloads, and it actually says here that you receive instant downloads. For me, it's like sometimes when I receive a message from spirit, it just lands into my head, and it's like, oh, yeah, and it's like it's either words or I just, again, a knowing. It's like, yeah, so I just downloaded. I just received a download, and I don't know how, I don't know why, but it just lands in my head, and it's like, well, this is.
Can we just like sidetrack here for a bit, because I think this is a hilarious. So, usually when I get these downloads, is when I'm in the bathroom, like if I'm brushing my teeth or I'm peeing or I'm showering.
Yeah, the
It's
shower.
like,
the
yeah, it's
shower.
like
Oh
the
my
angels
God.
are like, oh, she's not thinking. Let's just get our little message in there.
Yes.
It's funny because my family, if I'll get a message and I'm, just peeing and I need to tell you this, and they laugh. They're like, of course you're in the bathroom when you're giving me this message. So, and I
Yeah.
think you shower and driving, maybe you get,
Driving,
like, a lot of,
I do, and showering I do. Those are the
yeah.
two places I seem to receive downloads. I'm
I
like,
feel it's like when we're not thinking and
Yeah.
we're just kind of like in that, like when you're in meditation, right? You're not thinking, you're in that space, you can communicate.
yes.
And like if you're, doing you're humaning in your life and you're go go go, they're like wanting to get a message through. They're like, we've got to get it through when she's doing
Yes.
shower or something, just to,
Yeah.
And we joked the other day because we're like, I came out of the shower and I'm like, oh my God, sending you a voice message. I'm like, I need to have something in the shower because
Yeah.
I can't remember it all. Because it's like, it's a quick in, and then if you don't write it down, it's a quick out.
Yeah, it's like a dream. If you don't write it down when you wake up, it kind of just leaves, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So really funny. If anybody does experience this, there's these little things you can buy on Amazon that you can put your phone in, and they're waterproof. So when you go kayaking, it has like a little thing that you put around your neck, and like you just put your
Yes.
phone in, and it's waterproof, and your phone works through it. So if you're kayaking and it falls in the water, your phone is safe. So I got that and I put it in the shower.
I love it.
I'm like, I'm not gonna miss any more angel messages.
And sometimes you get some really like important, powerful messages that may not even be for you. Maybe like you have to give it to somebody, and you're like, well, I want to make sure that I document it, and then I feel it's important.
Yeah, and then the rest of your shower, all you're doing is re-saying it in your head because you don't want to forget.
You don't want to forget. It's
and
like,
I'm
okay,
like, this is exhausting. I want to enjoy my showers.
that's a very good idea. Yeah, sometimes I'll do like record on my phone.
Yeah,
and I'll just record what I got so that I don't forget. Right?
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, and then and then the example is knowing a relationship isn't right before anything happens.
Yeah.
So the knowing.
Other
Claire
aliens, which I've experienced
smell.
that many times.
Me
You
too.
smell spirit.
Yeah. And it's so funny because it doesn't happen often. But when it does happen, like Chris will see me, I'm like, and then I'm like smelling my hair, and then I go smell him, and then I'm smelling the couch, and he's like, what are you doing?
It's like,
and I'm like,
spirits here.
Do you not smell that? And like whatever. Like once it was like roses or flowers, and he's like, I don't smell anything. Like, or once it was like old lady perfume, and I was like, and it was so strong that it was making my eyes water, and he didn't smell anything, and I'm like, okay. So then I know I gotta go into meditation and ask what's going on here. Yeah, it's a wild one.
I used to smell when my husband's dad would come and visit in spirit. I would always smell him coming during the night. It always happened during the night. And he used to smoke. So I would smell cigarette smoke. I kid you not. It was like somebody was literally smoking at the end of my bed. And I jump up in bed at night and I'm like, do you smell that? And my husband's like, no. I'm like, you don't smell it? But I mean, I figured out who it was. And then every time he came, I knew he was coming to visit. And he would always come to visit my son when he was born. And he would come a lot, like maybe three times a week. He would come to visit at least. Yeah, it was really nice to kind of, when I finally understood, because it took me a minute to kind of go like, okay, like there's something going on, like, or maybe there's something wrong with me, right? Because you start questioning yourself. Like, but it's like, no. And I have smelled him visit at our second house, not as frequent, but then when we moved after that, he hasn't come to visit for a long time.
But I have to say how beautiful that when you were celebrating your son's birthday, my mom randomly finds his obituary
in her purse
that she like completely was like, I haven't seen this in 10 years.
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, I don't even know how this got in here.
Yeah.
And I sent you a picture and you're like, we are out celebrating his birthday. Like,
And there's
These
a
are the
special
beautiful.
connection though.
Yes, because
So
he visited him when I'm
yeah,
telling
I
you,
think
like,
like between like so my husband's dad and my son, there is definitely a soul something a special
mm,
connection with those two. And I think he comes around a lot around my son.
yeah, and so
Um
beautiful, like
yeah,
angel
and
message.
my son looks like him.
Yes. Oh my gosh, did you
Their
see the picture?
photos look
That picture
almost
I
yes.
sent you?
Yeah,
I'm like, he's got the same hair. Like,
exactly. So,
yeah.
it's like it's beautiful when these
It's
kind of
it's
things
a
happen.
beautiful,
It is.
yeah, like these are the divine synchronicities, as we like to say.
Yes.
And then what's the next one?
Claire Gustins,
Oh, taste.
taste.
That I've had only a few times. I did not like it. One was
Yeah.
tasting blood from somebody who was murdered.
Oh dear.
That
Wow.
sucked. Um yeah, so I don't get that very often, and I think it's
Mm.
because I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a common one
I
though.
don't think it's
I
very
don't think it's very
common.
common, but
Yeah.
people it can happen for
Mhm.
sure. And then the final one is the empathic sensitivity. So
Oh.
being an extra sensitive empath
Yeah.
where you pick up and feel a
Mm.
lot of the energies around you. So
Mm.
you can feel emotions, you can feel even like sensory, you can feel like I can feel temperature variations when
Mhm.
spirits around.
Yes.
I feel the temperature change
Yeah.
when there's spirit around. I'm like, okay, there's somebody right here, right?
Yeah.
So that's maybe part of the empathetic
Yeah.
sensitivity is picking up on that.
It's funny because in our death episode, I talked about how when my dad was dying, I was getting extremely sick. Like in a month, I lost 40
Yes,
pounds and I
yeah.
couldn't eat. Like
I think
basically,
that's
my
the
body is
empathetic
the,
sensitivity.
yeah.
You were
Mhm.
feeling everything your dad was going through,
Yeah.
and you were experiencing it yourself in your
Mhm.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
very interesting for sure. So yeah, I mean, those are some of the gifts, the
Yeah.
clairs that we all have and and have the ability to use if
Mhm.
and when you're ready. Um, but yeah, so I think what we should also talk about is like how do we tell the difference between spirit versus
Yeah.
maybe
I mean,
anxiety or fear?
we touched on it,
We did,
but I
but
think like the main thing is like the spirit whispers versus the
the
fear.
fear and anxiety is
Yeah.
loud. Yeah, and just
Mhm.
different discernment,
Yes.
differentiating between. So if spirit is in your space or you're receiving guidance from spirit, it's going to feel calm, it's going to feel neutral,
Mhm.
clear, direct, and not frantic. So that's how you know if you're connecting to like divine spirit. Okay, it's going to feel calm, loving.
But here's where it gets a little difficult though, because this is where I need, like, you really need to know your body tells.
You do.
Because if there is a situation and they really need to get your attention and
Okay.
they're like, stop, like,
Hmm.
or, like, sometimes I feel like
Well, that would
it
be
can.
firm, but not fear,
Right, but
right?
hear me out. Okay, when before I realized what spirit was trying to communicate
Hmm.
through me, I was having major symptoms. I was having anxiety that I couldn't like leave the house, and if I did, I would I couldn't be around people. I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was going to pass out. Um, uh, really like nauseous. I felt my heart was racing, like there's
Hmm.
something wrong with my heart. I did all the medical tests because
Yeah.
like this is before I was aware.
Hmm.
Everything
I
came
went
back.
through all of those too, by the
Yeah.
way. Yep.
So I came back all clear, and then my doctor's like, you have to go see a therapist because
Hmm.
like this is like a mental health thing. I went to see a therapist. Nothing was
Hmm.
like working. And then one night I was working late and I had the TV on just in the background. And I start hearing this woman, and she's explaining all these symptoms. And it turns out to be Teresa Caputo, the Long Island medium.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know about mediums at this
Yes.
point or anything. And I started watching and I was like, holy shit, is this what's happening to me? Because like everything else was like fine, like you're clear, right? So
Mm.
then she said she found a spiritual teacher to
Hmm.
help her. And so I again, not aware, but
Yeah.
all of a sudden I had this image of this woman I work with and how she has an angel statue at her desk, right?
Yeah.
Clairvoyance.
Yeah.
And I felt like this urge, Claire knowing,
Yeah.
to send her a message on Facebook because we were Facebook friends and say, "Do you know where I can find a spiritual teacher?" And she replies, "I am one."
Oh, there you go.
And that's how my whole journey started. I mean, how beautiful,
It
right?
is
That you
beautiful.
can like,
And
so
all of those things that you explained, though,
those,
were it's because you weren't sure what was going on and your body wasn't really ready. Like it comes when you're first opening up to spirit and you're not aware. It's going to feel
right.
anxiety and
So
all of that.
that's where
Yes.
it's like like it, that's where a teacher, a very good teacher is
Yes.
important, right? But also what happens now is I have an agreement with spirit that when I go into meditation or I go into a reading and I open space, that's when they can come in. Um, like other spirit, not my team. My team's always open.
Yeah.
But if there's an emergency and they need to get a message at this like this exact time, they can come in. And you know how they get my attention? My heart starts feeling like it's gonna palpitate, like my
Yeah.
that it's gonna jump out of. I feel nauseous. I feel dizzy.
Yeah.
I start to get hot. So I have to do vitals on myself, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, no, my heart feels like it's racing, and no,
Mhm.
my heart is beating like completely
Yes.
chill. And then I'm like, okay, like my eyes are like, I do my vitals, and I'm like, okay, it's spirit. So
Yeah.
then I go within,
Yep.
I get the message, I deliver the
Mhm.
message, and then the symptoms disappear.
Yeah.
So I think there's
But
at
there's
the
no fear
beginning,
in that, though. Like I think once you're
it does
aware,
feel anxiety at beginning
initially
because you're
in the
like, what
beginning,
the
yes, yeah,
even
and I
now,
have,
because like I'm like,
yeah,
what's going on in my body? But then I clue in,
yeah, I
right?
do get the heart palpitations sometimes if spirit's around, and I'm
But
like,
your rate's fine.
yeah, it's
It's
just
what it
I
feels like.
feel it's like, ooh, like it's extra like fluttery,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, yeah, and then once you start to know your
And like you
body's
can't
signals,
breathe.
yes, yeah,
But then once, yeah, this is it. This is the U dictionary. And like, it's
hmm,
so, if you haven't watched previous episodes, I highly recommend you do because we talk about the
yeah,
U dictionary and getting to know your body tells. And this
exactly,
is where it becomes extremely important
hmm,
because you need to understand what is happening. Who, first of all, is it your body needing medical attention or is it
hmm,
spirit? And then if it's spirit, is it a good spirit
yeah,
or a negative energy? Like you have to really know how to
yeah,
decipher this. And the more you experience it, the more you get comfortable and it goes
exactly,
quickly, right?
exactly.
But it's super important
Hmm.
to find a good teacher, I think,
Yeah,
for
I
this.
think I think if you're beginning this journey,
Mm.
definitely work with somebody that is trustworthy and that can help mentor or guide you in this process so that you
Mm-hmm.
can build the trust within yourself so that
Mm.
when you are ready to work and connect with spirit, it'll be in a way that's easier for you to
Mm.
interpret and understand like
Yeah.
who I'm connecting with. Is this spirit of divine light, and eventually you'll start maybe even differentiating between the different types of spirit you
Mm-hmm.
connect with, like, is it a guide, is it an angel,
They do feel
and they
different.
do feel a little
Like
different.
archangels are like you can feel their
Big
power. Ooh,
energies,
they oh beautiful.
big
Big
energies.
light, big power, big yeah, big every yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, and again, it's all, you have to be very discerning when you're doing this
Hmm.
sort of thing, but
And it takes practice.
it
Like you
does.
have to,
Yeah.
and so finding a teacher, finding a group and
Hmm.
practicing is just
Yeah.
it's the way to go, I think.
But it's ultimately building trust, and it's coming back to your nervous system
Yeah.
again, because
Yeah.
we are always coming back to very important key
Yeah.
things, like when you can listen to your body and learn how to work with your nervous system. Like, you have to have a calm nervous system in order to
Yes.
connect with spirit. If you're
Hmm.
really scared, either you're not going to connect, or, like I said earlier, you may connect with the wrong frequency, because if
Hmm.
you're in that really like fractured state or fearful state, and your nervous system is really dysregulated, you may not connect with, the right kind of
Hmm.
energies. And so this very important to know your body and to work with your body and working with somebody who can help you
Yeah.
through that process until you're ready to.
Yeah.
You just kind of get to know it after a
Mhm.
while. It's like, oh yeah, I know who's visiting,
Yeah.
or if you can smell, you can hear, you can feel, depending on what your
Mhm.
gifts are, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But spirit's always with us. It's always around.
Always.
And we can connect to spirit anytime.
Yeah.
Literally, you can talk I talk to spirit when I'm driving. I'm always having a conversation.
Yeah.
Somebody next door to me will think like I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes I'm talking to my higher self, but I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, okay, and so I ask questions, then I
All
receive
the time.
answers.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, that's how you open up the gate of
Yeah. Oh,
like,
life becomes so much easier. Honestly, like for me,
yeah.
like once I worked on healing, I healed my inner child, and I worked on my self trust, and working with learning with teachers and learning how to communicate with spirit all at the same time, right? Like, oh my gosh, now it's just makes like if I have a question, like when Moses was passing, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do, and Chris is like I don't want him to suffer, and so then I'm like, okay, I'm going to meditation, and I go into meditation, and I write down my questions, and then I go in and I get the answers, and it's like, oh, like it takes a weight off your chest,
But
off
the
your
answers are all
shoulders.
within. Like this is the
Always,
beautiful thing. It's like
yeah.
we have all the answers.
It just takes away the stress,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So how can we
Yeah.
strengthen our connection?
Well, I mean, there's so many things we can do, but
So
obviously,
many.
number one is like stillness,
Mhm.
being in stillness,
Yeah.
being in the present, being meditation, right?
Yep.
And like connecting within, like
Hmm.
going in and feeling your own frequency, even like knowing, like, well, what is my frequency? What does it feel like when I'm fully calm and regulated and just
I mean, I think this whole episode, I
yeah,
keep referring back to the U dictionary because we like in earlier
exactly.
episodes we talked about that, like
Yeah,
really understanding how your body is talking to you,
yeah,
and
exactly.
giving yourself time to work on yourself, like you really have to, like we talked about your container.
Mm,
Where are you putting time or energy that you can redirect, because it is so so important
hmm.
to give yourself time to
Yes.
connect within.
Yep. And that's like probably the number one.
Yeah.
I'd say it's
Yeah.
stillness, present, meditation,
Hmm.
journaling.
Yep.
We've got nature, sound frequency,
Mm.
and boundaries. Look at that, boundaries is
Boundaries
in
again.
here because boundaries also allows you to limit external distractions and
Hmm.
external noise. And sometimes when there's a lot going on around you, it's going to fog your connection. It's going to cloud that. So you're not going to get a clear signal if you're
Mm.
being bombarded by so many things around you, right?
And we
So
just did the episode about boundaries. So
exactly. So those are some,
yeah.
and I often, for me, it's like even having a nice hot Epsom salt bath
Mm.
is my
Oh,
that's my stillness. Sometimes I just sit in the
and have
bath.
a
Yeah.
angel cards,
Mm.
right? Cards as well
Yeah.
as another way to strengthen
Spirit
that
comes through
connection.
cards, and this is a tool. It's an extension
Extension.
of you or
Mm-hmm.
me or whoever uses it. And the message comes through the card, but it's
Yeah.
still coming through you. So
Yeah.
tools, pendulums. I
Yeah.
use. I don't use
Pendulums
them as much as I used to now, but pendulums are
or
great.
muscle testing.
Muscle testing is another one because again, you're connected to your higher self,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Building that.
spirit.
Yeah.
You're connected to that higher version of you,
Yeah.
connected to energy,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's many different ways. There's no right or wrong way, and
I would
everybody finds
say,
their thing that
yeah.
works, right?
I would say the stillness journaling, like you said, those are number one. Also finding a group or a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think
To
is great
practice
too
with,
to
yeah,
practice with. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
yeah, should we do the tea time truth bomb?
yeah, tea time truth
Woohoo!
bomb.
Well, let's see here. Tea time truth bomb. You don't need a psychic to tell you your truth.
Mm.
You need to trust the voice that's already inside you.
Mm.
Spirit is not outside of you, it's speaking through you. So just let that
Yes.
land for a second.
Mm.
It's always speaking through you.
You are your own guiding light.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you just kind of, I think we just need help to find it,
Yes.
discover it, like uncover it.
Uncover it, remember it.
Mhm.
I think a lot of what we're going through as a collective is like a lot of remembering.
Mhm.
Because like
Yeah.
we this is who we are. The foundation. We
Yeah.
are all
Yeah.
spirit. And we're just
Remember who you are.
remembering.
We
Remember
pulled
who
a
you
card
are.
for that, I think,
Oh
in our
yes.
galactic episode.
Yes. Well, maybe we should pull a card
Okay.
let's pull a card from spirit, a message from
Okay.
spirit to
Oh.
the collective, the audience who's watching us. Let's see
I
what
love
message
it.
we get
So these
today.
cards are Messages from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue,
Oh,
who I don't think
nice.
is doing cards anymore,
I don't think so. No.
I do love her cards.
Yeah.
Okay, message for the collective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, whoa, that came out fast. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Angel Adriana, I'm leading you towards the answers to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I am communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams.
Oh, that's beautiful. How aligned is that, though? Right?
I mean, beautiful.
It's so beautiful. It's just again and beautiful validation to what we've spoken to, right?
So listen
love
to
it.
the episode again. Let it land,
Yeah.
and follow your intuition, thoughts, and dreams.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Love.
Yes.
I would love to know in the comment section, right? In the comment section, if you do know the clairs and you know which one you're strong in, write it in the comment section. I'd love to
We would
hear.
love to hear.
Or
honestly.
any angel stories. We love our angel stories.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
And stay tuned for our upcoming episodes. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up. So we love you.
Bye.
Thank